Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Men on Bourbon. I'm your host, Cam. And tonight, something said this morning when I got up out of bed, man. Should I say my bourbon senses was tingling? And they was absolutely right, y'all. William Heaven Hill, the 90th anniversary, just happened to be in my backyard. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight on Men on Bourbon. So as I said, a very, very sweet, unexpected treat came out this morning, maybe at a local store near you. The Heaven Hill 90th anniversary. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Heaven Hill, they turned 90 years old. For those who about Heaven Hill, they give us the fine products like Elijah Craig, Henry McKenna, Pikesville Rye. And you know how many offerings Elijah Craig they have. So they have a very, very extensive repertoire of bourbon over there. As I said, I was chasing that William Heaven Hill 19. Bourbon season started in October? So I hunted that damn 19 from October to December. To no avail. But I did get me a VBS, Old Fitzgerald, so that's another product. And also, this 90th, y'all. This right here, 90 years. That's a long time for a distillery to be in business. Well, a lot of them probably been in business, a couple centuries, but Heaven Hill, they're giving us great product, yo. So, kudos to Heaven Hill for making 90 years, and they're giving us a nice product. So this here, from what I can see or what I read of, is comprised of 2 9-year bourbons, both Kentucky straight bourbons, excuse me. But then one was 70% Kentucky straight bourbon, and the other one was 30% Kentucky straight bourbon and a heavy char. So, let's see what the difference is going to be about far as the char. All right. Now, there has been a few more releases before this came out. I just been a little busy. All right, they got this wax on here a little tough, so had to get me a handy little wine utensil and treat this boy like it's a bottle of wine. Because it's time. All right. Let's get us a nice little bottle pop. Let's try that again. Oh yeah. Now that's a bottle pop. Very, very nice bottle pop, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, smell good. Coming out the bottle. All right. Just gonna pour some of this and let that boy air out for a minute. So again, this is their 90th anniversary. It says from 1935 to 2025. So we're in 2026. So it's fair to say that we have a 10-year juice inside the bottle. Yes, I'm doing my math right. Now, I love the presentation of this bottle. This is awesome. It came in at $130, which I was expecting to pay a little bit more for, but $130 is cool. I ain't gonna sit here and be mad about that. But And there was no, and there was no one waiting in line. Because when I got there this morning, I was kind of, confused. Because I'm normally used to seeing a parking lot full of cars. There's only like 3 cars in the lot. Walked right in, and they was unboxing. What about that? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go in and see what this boy smells like on the nose. The nose is delightful. All types of brown sugar. That barrel char, that barrel char number 3 or whatever, because this very, very strong on wood and oak. But it's coming back around like a nice little apple pie. But that wood is very pronounced. So let's go in for a taste and see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Now that was interesting. It's just like eating the middle of an Oreo cookie. Nice, sweet, delicate. Went down my palate like I swear to God, I couldn't even taste it. This bottle is also coming in at 100 proof, if I didn't say. 108 proof, am I right? 108? No, 107, I'm sorry. 107 proof. I mean, this is drinking like a dream, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And it's putting me in the mind of something I just can't put my finger on. It's nosing just like another bourbon I got down here, but man, this, my senses is failing me right now. Heaven Hill, you hit it out of the park with this one. For y'all 90th birthday, this is a hell of a birthday cake. And I wish I could have got another one. Because I know I'm going to run through this bottle. This is absolutely delicious. I mean, the more and more it opens up, man, it's like tasting like a fruit cocktail. The oak is present, but not to where it's like overpowering. Just the right amount of oak. This is beautiful. Oh my God. You know, I would really like to put this in a heads up with some more, 107, 108, somewhere around there, them proofs, and see how this fares. Ladies and gentlemen, this is beautiful. I mean, absolutely delicious. For this to be the first offering, nope, take it. The second offering I got this year. I got to double back. I got to round the block and come back with y'all for that Shanks. Got a bottle of that Shanks up there too. So that's going to be our next review. But for right now, this Heaven Hill, banger. Now, I said it's $130. Would I go get another one? Yes. This bottle is absolutely delicious. You know, Heaven Hill, they kind of like Shanks and Bombergers, man. You know, they switch up the recipe, so you don't know which recipe it may be. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. This is a hitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. If you can, get up, get out, and go get you one. It's fantabulous from my standards. I hope that you feel the same way too. So always important, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't encourage anyone to drink bourbon, then you're discouraging them from the finer things of life. I'm your man, Cam, and on behalf of all the men on bourbon, may you have a safe week and happy hunting.